Hello. Hi. Right here. No, what? Daddy, what?
Yeah.
It's my hair. Oh, poor kitty, you, Dad. I knew that. And you. I know you. Knew was pretty. Take care. Gosh. Like that much.
Yeah, you do. Don't touch the screen, guys.
No.
Ooh. Salakia. Good burp. Good belch. Woo! Let me turn this up.
Woo-hoo.
Let me turn this up. Let me turn this up. Can I turn this up?
Yeah.
Okay. You can turn this up, Deuce.
Yeah. It's better.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. You start it.
Oh.
It's hard. You're there.
Uh-oh.
You start it.
Did I make boo-boo?
Yeah.
Okay. Shalom. Hey, man. Good job. Good job, Pop. Thank you. Thank you for your assistance, sir. My son is working audio equipment. And that's this. Can you hear freedom ringing? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear freedom ringing, y'all? Can you hear it? Can you hear it, children of the true and living power? Saints of the Most High. Yasharallah. Can you hear righteousness? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? We got them on the run. We got them on the run. So we got them on the run. Yeah, we got them on the run. Yeah, we got them on the run. Yeah, we got them on the run. It used to be a time when I couldn't understand, but I'm thankful for his plan. Now I overstand. Contemplate them times when the darkness had my mind. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all the time he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time he just adjust my shine. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. For the crown of life, I'ma keep them praises high. Giving all praises to where it is due. To the only one that is true. And he lives. Tell them bastards, I do got a daddy. And he is the creator of everything you see and know. I do got a daddy. I got a daddy. And he is the great I am. It's a celebration. Freedom is ringing. Shalom, mama. My beautiful mother's in the house. Shalom.
Thank you. I know what.
The righteous, let them rejoice. He let us see this day. 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 Yeah, he let us see this day. For his glory, I give him thanks. Say shalom.
Shalom. I do for one kiss. Then your eye.
Big ups to the great king, Hamashiach. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom from the snares of the enemy. Freedom. Freedom from that hateful bastard that just wanted to see you die because he can't get the promises that the true and living power has promised us for remaining true and faithful to the best of our abilities. Y'all, we don't really know what time it is, man. I'm feeling like some people feel for the woo-wop. I feel like they fell for it.
I know it is. Sorry, my dear.
Yeah. We can be fearful. But you know why you rejoice? You know what I get? I rejoice because my father he don't have to suffer no more. He don't gotta suffer no more. It's over. The true and living power do not have to suffer no more. He suffered this captivity of over 400 years. He suffered seeing his children, his people, his inheritance laying dead in the street. For our ignorance, he suffered. Who suffered the most? He did. He did. The true and living power suffered the most. Compared to him, we didn't suffer nothing. If you got kids and you love them, every ounce, every inch of your body, to the depths of your soul, you will understand and you will agree that the Father, the true and living power, Yahweh, suffered more greatly than we ever did. So So this is a celebration that his suffering, his long suffering, is coming to an end. It is time for the unrighteous, the one that brings death, chaos, wrath, mayhem to earth, to this world, poison. It's time for him to get a taste of his own medicine. It's time for that cup to flow down, that drink to flow down his throat and make him choke. It's that time. Don't turn up too loud, dudes. Let me see. I'm gonna blow him out the house, okay? Okay, we're good. My son on one right now. He's trying to tune all the way up. It used to be a time when I couldn't understand, but I'm thankful for his plan. Now I overstand. Contemplate the time when the darkness had my mind. Just to find out all this time, he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time, he just adjust my shine. Just to find out all this time, he just adjust my shine. For the crown of light, I'ma keep them praises high. For the crown of light, I'ma keep them praises high. It's a celebration. This is when you get lit. This is what you turn up for. No more bondage. No more captivity. No more wicked. It's coming to an end. The skies is crying. You got the Pope and them on the run. All the wicked on the run, they hiding. But they got to slow dance with that L. Oh, I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to bring it out, though. It's time to talk like King David. It's time to talk like King David. What that is. Huh? These bastards gotta go. They gotta go. Who's gonna proclaim what's theirs? Who's gonna fight for the Most High's judgment? For his truth, for his law, for his statutes, for his commandment, and wipe out this fugazi system. Who's gonna do it? I personally volunteer. This is personal. Oh, it's personal. Oh, it's personal. Oh, man, it's personal. Say no too. Oh, he tried to get me many a times. Oh, boy. Dang, only if I could have got him. Only if I could have got him. Now the Most High gonna use him to kill me. Yeah. I was fearing that this day was gonna come. Man. It's here. It's here. 400 years It's done. It's done. Mashiach led the way back to the Father, showed us how to get back in touch, made it possible for us to get back in tune with our daddy. Shout out to our eternal mother for the wisdom that she installed upon us, that you will find in Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 24. You will find out. You will find out what mama all about. So I want to acknowledge her for providing, giving us gifts. Gifts from the Most High. Knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Thank our beautiful mother for that. Michael for administrating the heavenly order, the holy order, the government that's coming down here very soon. The real government that's going to wipe this government out like a tsunami. Matter of fact, it's going to burn it up because it's that lit. The government that's coming is so lit, it's going to burn up this entire system. It's going to burn it up. Where I want to go? Where I want to go first? What I want to do? What I want to do? What I want to do? Yeah, we're going to go to. Go with me. First stick. Psalms. Hey, Deuce. Psalms 53. Is that what I want? No. I want Psalms 7. Psalm 7. Right? That's what I want. Psalm 7. This is where we at. Psalm 7. Psalm 7. This is where we at. Okay? Shalom, Lakeisha. Shalom, sis. Let's get it. This is where we at. This is where our minds, our hearts, and our ruachs, spirits, need to be. Good. We already there. We already there. It's the Most High's mercy that everything didn't blow up yet. We already there. All right. Satan got to hold the L. He got to slow dance with the L. All the wicked. Here we go. Psalm 7. And I'm going to start at verse 9 on down. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. Well, I say, who talking? This King David talking. It's time to talk that King David talk. That's that conqueror talk. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous are the Most High trieth the hearts and reigns. My defense is of the Most High, which saveth the upright in heart. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. So this whole time, these dum-dums been thinking that, it's been sliding. You've been letting them slide. Right? They've been falling. They fell for the woo-wop. If he turn not, he will with his sword. He had bent his bow and made it ready. He had also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the prosecutors. Against the prosecutors. Who are the prosecutors? Those who have eyes, you already know how easy that is to figure out who the prosecutor is. We know who the prosecutor is. All right. Behold, he travailed with iniquity and had and hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. For your fathers inherited lies, brought forth falsehood. So we already know which individual wrote their own story, right? He made it a pit and digged it, and is falling into the ditch which he made his story. His history that he made is going to be the same history that he's going to die by. The pit. Matter of fact, let's get that. Right here, the precept. Psalms 9, go right across. Psalms 9, verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. What's going on right now? What is this precept right here saying? Well, what is he revealing to us at all-time high right now? We're going to get to that. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will praise the Most High according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the true and living power, Most High. That's beautiful. Now, getting to what I was talking about with the precept in chapter 9, Psalms 9, verse 15. Go with me to Psalm 17. And we're going to read this whole thing through. First, I'm going to start at that precept. That's where I'm going to start. So, Psalm 17, verse 13 and 14. Right? Because the Most High, like I said on the last live, he's been showing mercy by putting out this wickedness, making this darkness come to light. That was his mercy being shown for the ones that's operating in faith and hope, the patience of the saints, right? So verse 13, 14, right? Psalm 17, chapter 17, verse 13, 14, precepting with Psalms 9, 15, and Psalm 7, 15. Check this out. Arise, O Most High, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From man, which are thy hand, O Most High power. From man of the world, which have their portion in this life, right? In whose belly, check this out, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. Now think about it spiritually, looking at it on a spiritual, with a spiritual eye, spiritual understanding. How do they fill their bellies up? Spiritually, with the hidden treasure. What do? They took our history, right? Culture, and did what with it? Tarnished it, tampered with it, changed it, and used it for sale purposes. Right? Off the backs of our work that we do. Right? And then, so that's how they fed themselves spiritually, right? Because this is a spiritual book. And they know that. So this where it get dark. Because Satan can't hide himself when it comes to the matters of the flesh. His nature shows when it comes to the flesh. He can't help himself. He's a filthy creature. Okay? Satan can't help himself. So, when it says, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure, what's been being exposed? What is being exposed at a rapid rate? What's being exposed? All of these kids, child sacrificing, sex trafficking, that's being exposed, right? And eating them, literally. That's the dark. That's Satan's nature being shown. The flesh, the physical, which you can see in your carnal eye. That's two sides. Eating the Most High's children. Bam. Exactly, Keisha. Exactly. So this is what the true and living power has pulled the veil back and had our eyes go doing it right up under here. Is where they've been doing it, right up under here. Not all the way over there where they've been telling you to look, you know, where they say all the bad stuff is happening, where they want you to think all the child sex trafficking is happening over there overseas and whatnot. No, it's happening right here in your own backyard. In your own front yard, I should say. Front yard. They do it in plain sight. Okay? So, His mercy has handed us that. Right? Are full of children. They are full of children. And leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So most of us already know this, right? I'm getting somewhere. Most of us know this. Now, I'm going to rewind it back. And I'm going to read the whole chapter. Because I don't know about everybody else, but I know about myself, and I know where my mind and my loved one's mind need to be. Okay? Boy, King David did a number on how to, he the one that taught us how to talk, how to get the eternal Father's ear. He taught us how to do that thoroughly. All you gotta do is study Psalms, and you'll know how to talk to the true and living power. My personal experience, because I never really knew how to come to the Most High until I started dealing with Psalms. Here it is. Hear the right, O Most High. Attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer, that goeth not out of fringed lips. Now, this is where the Christians got a misunderstanding. Because in their mind, they are the right. But are they loving him according to the Bible? Are they loving him? Or did they fall in love with the precepts of men? You see? Because they thinking this is religious things. Even though they don't even know that they in religion anymore. They know religion bad, so they say they're not in religion, but they still claim Christianity. Christianity is religion. You can't argue that. That's how messed up Satan got them in the head. Bad. And it's all due to their choice, right? So, 2 says, let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Now, we've been dealing with the sealed portion, true and living power. Children of the true and living power, we've been dealing with the sealed portion, right? So now we know what that means when he says, let my sentence come forth from thy presence. The days of our probation, the probationary era. Another thing that the Christians got messed up. Except Jesus Christ in the heart, your sin is done away with. You're in probation. You're always stuck in sin. Okay? Till he comes. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thy eyes behold the things that are equal. He's fair. He's just. There's no other judge like him. Any other judge is a carbon copy. He's fugazi. He's a wannabe. Okay? So he says, let thy eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shall find nothing. I am purpose that my mouth shall not transgress. Here we go. Get ready for this ride right here. Get ready for it. Just in this precept. Just in this precept right here, verse 3. Go to Job chapter 23. We're going to Job chapter 23, verse 10. Job chapter 23, verse 10. What's coming? We're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. Job chapter 23, verse 10. Job chapter 23, verse 10. What are you talking about? But he knoweth the way that I take. When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Okay, that sounds very familiar. That sounds like Second Esdras. What was that, chapter 16, verse 73, 74? We're going to get that. We're going to get there, though. Now go to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. In case we need more clarification on what is that precept talking about? What's he trying to say? So you got Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. Okay. Job, that was Job. Oh man, Job chapter 23, verse 10. And now the precept to that is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. I'm gonna start at 7 though. I'm gonna start at 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Most High, power of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little one. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Most High, two parts in all the land. We got to know by now what he got to be. He's talking about. This is why this is the land is here. The land is here. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Most High, two parts, right? Therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. We get, hey man, Mama, can't you hear it? I know you hear it, Mom. I know you hear it. Whoo, I'm terrified and happy at the same time. Daddy got me all messed up. Because I don't know what to expect, dude. I know for surety. There's no more doubting it. You can't. It's impossible. That's what's impossible, is doubting the true and living power and his prophecy. 9, here it goes. And I will bring the third part, I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Most High is my power. Zechariah tell you how it's about to get down right here. How it's about to go right here. So when we are hearing those statistics about how it's hitting certain Israelite black urban communities this COVID-19 more than these white communities, you know, that's not. I don't think that's a false statement. That's a false report, because he's killing off the 2/3. What is this saying? Are we really paying attention? Are we really measuring the times diligently? Is our eyes open? How close? It's today, it's up, it's over. It's over. We are seriously right now on borrowed time. Borrowed time. This is off the strength of the Most High's mercy alone. So, we're going to find out. Now I'm going to go to Second Esdras. Then I'm going to hop back. I'm going to hop back to the book of Zechariah and read chapter 14, because I'm going a little bit further into what's happening and what's about to happen, what's to come. And then I'm going to hop back into Second Esdras. Yep. Okay. What did I say? Trying to find that precept that go with that. I should have brought both of my apocryphas out just in case they messed around with the Judith. Okay. Second Esdras. Shalak, your deal. Bear with me. I say 16. I said 16, right? Second Esdras 16. And say verse. Yeah. And Second Esdras chapter 16. And I'm going to start at verse 70. For in many places in neighboring cities, there shall be a great insurrection against those who fear the Most High. They shall be like madmen, sparing no one, but plundering and destroying those who continue to fear the Most High. For they shall destroy and plunder their goods and drive them out of their houses. Then the tested quality of my elect shall be manifest as gold that is tested by fire. Here, that is gold that is tested by. Okay, that's what that say, right? Can you go get my small one, please, yes, my love? Where's that? It's in the room by the. On the couch? Yeah, by the couch. Like, I got you. Watch this. Look out now. You see this? That's the version, how they mess around with the words. How this one said. Let's see. Let's find out. How this one said. Do it say it like that? Why you don't need deodorant? 16, chapter 16, 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, 70, right? And this one, okay? For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Testify to this. Then, here it is, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they, Salah, and then they shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Don't this sound like Psalms and Zechariah? So what is they doing right now? What's happening in real time? They burnt up. They burnt up. They are burned up. They know everything at any time right now. Just like that. Just like that. They're no more. They are no longer going to be in existence. They're going to be worse than the dinosaurs. They're not even going to be remembered. They're not even going to be remembered. That's what the Most High going to do to them. You know, the Hillarys and the Obamas and the, you know. Yeah, I said it for all them black folks out there. I still believe in that Obama is some type of saint. No, he's going to get it just like the heathen that he is. He's a heathen. Okay? Zechariah chapter 14. Now we're coming back to the first stick, which is really still the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was originally with the first stick. Zechariah 14, and we're going to start at verse 1. Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the cities shall be taken, and the houses raffled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Most High go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. Wait a minute. Verse 3. Go with me to Genesis, because that sounds very familiar. Oh! Just letting wisdom lead. That's all I'm doing. Genesis chapter 15. Genesis chapter 15. Oh, this is so appropriate. So appropriate. Genesis chapter 15, right? Here it is. Ooh. Genesis chapter 15, verse 12 and 13. And when the sun, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. The land ain't ours no more. Because of what? He said we was going to be a stranger in our own land. Right? Be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 400 years. That freedom is ringing. That freedom is ringing. I hear it loud and clear. 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. This is Daddy talking. Will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. What do you mean? Shall I judge? Will I judge? Will I judge? Will I judge? That sounds like when this is what he meant by will I judge. Then in Zechariah 14 verse 3, then shall the Most High go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Oh, they in trouble, mama, ain't they? Them dirty demons in trouble. Y'all better have got it all in. All the torturing did to the children, all the molesting, all the raping. You better have got it in. Because what the Most High is going to do to you, none of that is going to be worth it. None of it. None of it. Then shall the Most High go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem, on the east, and the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And you shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azel. Yea, you shall flee like as you fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Most High power shall come, and all the saints with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark. This haven't happened yet. But you see them Christians be like, this already didn't happen. This already happened. This already happened. This didn't happen yet, fool. This already happened. This didn't happen yet. What did he say? And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall be clear. That the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one. But it shall be one day which shall be known to the Most High, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. And it shall be in that day that the living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea, and summer and winter shall it be. Go with me to Job. Go with me to Job. Chapter 2, verse 20. Job, chapter 2, verse 20. Now I see why Big Judah always be in the book of Job. Job, chapter 2, verse 20. What did he say? Let me read that again in Zechariah, verse 8. And it shall be in that day that the living water shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. And summer and winter shall it be. Look, he's rhyming right there. But I will remove far off from you the northern army. The northern army. But I shall remove far off from you. He's removing them off from us where we are at right now. So what would that make this place? He's removing them, right? But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate. Barren and desolate. Why? Because the king is coming from the east. He's destroying all of them over there on the east. And when Hamashiach get done slapping them up over there in Africa and in Europe and in Asia, when he get done slapping them up over there, right? Because he's coming from the east. What's going to happen? And will drive him into a land barren and desolate. That's why the Most High said he's going to drive them into a land barren. After Hamashiach get done with it, it's going to be barren and desolate. He's driving them back to where they came from. Go back. With his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stank, and his hinder part utmost sea, and his stank shall come up, and his ill savior shall come up, because he had done great things. What is these great things that he has done? Breaking down, or I'm trying to give my brothers and sisters that was the precept to Zechariah chapter 14 verse 8 is Job chapter 2 verse 20. When he's letting you know where he's sending the heathen, where he's sending the unrighteous. Back over there to the east after his son get done messing up the place. He's tearing it up. Hamashiach is making the place desolate. Desolate. They're going to go back to a desolate, inhabited place. Because they have broken every law. They have did everything they wanted to do on my father's land. This is the way the king thinking, which is the way we all got to think. So because you messed up on my father's land, right? On the land that he promised to give our forefathers, because you did that and you made up your own laws and your own commandments, I'm going to wreck your inheritance. Where you're from, I'm going to make desolate. I'm going to destroy. And then I'm going to send you back that way. So he's going to make them want to come back over here. And when they come back over here, you got the Almighty himself waiting for them clowns to come right back this way. Right back this way. Got them waiting. In verse 9, and the Most High, Zechariah chapter 14, verse 9. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 9. And the Most High shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one power. This is why Hamashiach, they got mad. YouTube got mad. They got mad when I said that. Look, man, today, Mark is over. It's over. You can do all that. That's irrelevant to do. Don't mess up my channel. Don't try to mess up. It's irrelevant to do. All this is already scripted. All this is already written. It's irrelevant. Slow dance with the L. Hold it real tight. Hold that tight. Hold that L tight. That's the only thing you're going to have is the L. Facebook and YouTube. So let me do my lesson. He said one name. That's why he says that his name is, we're not going to recognize Hamashiach's name. Not going to know it. Because it's going to be one with the fathers. It's going to be the same name. And they couldn't let that name be known right now because dirty draws, Satan, he get his hands on it. He going to profane it. Like he do everything. He going to taint it. Put his dookie stains on it. Think the Most High going to allow him to do that? I won't. Go back to Psalms. Back to that David talk. Back to that King David talk. Psalms 53. So I want Psalms 53. Yeah, Psalms 53, 1 through 3. And then I'm going to precept it, right, with 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 1 through 9. And it reads, the fool has said in his heart, there is no power. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. The Most High looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek the Most High. Let's precept verse 2 with that, right? So go to Second Chronicles chapter 15. Second Chronicles chapter 15. Second Chronicles chapter 15, verse 2. I'm going to read down to 9. Hear ye me, Asad, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Most High is with you, while you be with him, and if you seek him, he will be found of you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. Right? That's pretty fair, you know. Now, for a long season, Israel had been without the true power, and without a teaching priest, and without law. So you see the same thing right here repeating itself, because that was just the 400 years. This is the longest the longest drought without our Father, without our power, without our Savior, without our Redeemer, without our healer, without our counselor, without our help. The list goes on. We've been without him for such a long duration of time. This is the longest that has ever been, right here. Right? That's for today. Today is more of a reason why I can't even celebrate, just seems so cliche, you know. This is monumental. We can't even comprehend what today is and what we are in right now. It can go down right now at any given second. I'm going to read 3 again. Now, for a long season, Israel had been without the true power, and without a teaching priest, and without law. But when they are in trouble, did turn unto the Most High power of Israel, and sought him. He was found of them. And in those times, there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexation. Why can I say that? Were upon all the inhabitants of the countries, vexations, there we go, were upon all the inhabitants of the countries, and nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city. For the Most High did vex them with all adversary, adversity. Right? So what's going on right now? Is this country not facing great adversity? Because the handful that did do verse 4, because the ones that did realize that the Most High turned his face back to his children, back to his people. The ones that did recognize that and heard that small, still voice, Look what's happening because of that. Now it makes all sense in the world why they would call it when these celebrities, will come out and say what they say, and then try to shut them up and say they, dismiss them, keep them silent, and call it hate speech. In all fairness, they can't call it hate speech. Definitely, if you're wicked, you can call it hate speech. You can call it hate speech. You can definitely call it hate speech. Why? Because his name is dreadful to the heathen. His name is terror to the unrighteous, to the wicked, to the unholy. His name is terrible. It's a nightmare. So it's hate speech when you talk about the power of this Bible and what he's really saying. So in all fairness, they can qualify it, I guess, as hate speech. Because they're going to feel a lot of hate. That's what they're going to feel. They're going to feel a lot of that hate. Because all he's doing is giving back from what they dished out. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a tad bit more. More overall, it's well deserved. It's well deserved. It's gotta happen. Right, in verse 5. Verse 5. 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 5. And in those times, there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexation, I can't say that word for some reason, were upon all the inhabitants of the countries, and nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city, for the Most High did vex them with all adversity. Be you strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for work shall be rewarded. And when Asaph heard these words and the prophecy of Oded the prophet, he took courage and put away the abominable idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of the Most High that was before the porch of the Most High. And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Simeon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance. When they saw that the Most High, his power, was with him, so they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the 15th year of the reign of Uzziah. So right here, all over again, it's history repeating itself. This time, though, make no doubt about it, this is the end all, be all. All of this, stories like this, right, that you find in the book and in the other books, was working towards the climax, which is now. We are in the climax of all these ancient great stories of the true and living power delivering the righteous. Now we're at the climax. This is it. Freedom is ringing. Freedom is ringing. This is it. What a time to be alive. Both terrified and rejoicing. You get, what else did I have in the chamber? This is it, y'all. This do nothing but thank him and praise him. Because you sit back and you think to yourself, why am I not like my friends? Why am I not like my family members? And that's what makes you want to go hard for the Most High and really be diligent in these precepts. Because we're trying to figure out who am I for the Most High to reveal this to? How does he deem me righteous over my sister or my brother? Because I don't feel like I'm righteous more than neither one of them, neither one of my sisters or brothers, or any of my friends. So there go the mystery. That's a mystery in itself. That's a mystery in itself. Who are you truly? Because the Most High don't do anything by chance. He don't make mistakes. This is all scripted. This is already pre-planned. It's already done and over with. We're just playing it out. So who did he make you? For him to show you such mercy. For him to grant you understanding, wisdom, knowledge. For him to do these things. How's it me? To see this time, like, we ain't gonna get it. We not even gonna know the extent of it. So I'm still trying to grasp it. Like I said, I know it's monumental. That's all I know. I know that our forefathers dreamed of this moment that we're in, to see it, to see the second coming of our King, to see the salvation. To see the prosecutors, the you know, to see death. That's what I'm gonna say. To see death get what it deserves, which is its own reward. You want to talk about plague? Death itself been a plague this entire time. Yeah, one thing. Salakia, bear with me. I want to end this song. What I wanted to end this song. Second Esdras, chapter 7. Second Esdras, chapter 7. When I have finished speaking these words, the angel who had been sent to me on the former nights was sent to me again. And he said to me, Rise, Ezra, and listen to the words that I have come to speak to you. I said, Speak, my maker. And he said unto me, There is a sea set a wide expanse, so that it is broad and vast, but it has an entrance set in a narrow place, so that is like a river. If anyone, it is like a river. If anyone then wishes to reach the sea, to look at it, or to navigate it, how can he come to the broad part unless he pass through the narrow part? Another example. There is a city built and set on a plain, and it is full of all good things, but the entrance to it is narrow, and set in a pretentious place, so that there is fire on the right hand and deep water on the left, and there is only one path lying between them, that is between the fire and the water, so that only one man can walk upon that path. If now that city is given to a man for an inheritance, how will the heir receive his inheritance unless he passes through the danger set before him? What's that precept? Already, Keish. What's that? What did you just get from that? So what he's saying, what was given to him, is what Hamashiach said in Matthew. Narrow is the way, and broad is the path to destruction. Right? Okay, I'll do it again. And I mean, Slack is 7 Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 3, right? I said, speak, my maker. And he said to me, there is a sea set in a wide expanse, so that it is broad and vast, but it has an entrance set in a narrow place, so that it is like a river. If anyone then wishes to reach the sea, to look at it, or to navigate it, how can he come to the broad part unless he passes through the narrow part? So he's letting them know this is the only way to get to the kingdom. And once you get to the kingdom, then there's the rest. That's the broad. Then there's the rest. You don't got to worry about what he say. You don't got to worry about. Another example. There's a city built and set on a plain, and it is full of all good things, but the entrance to it is narrow, and set it preceptus place. Yeah, and set in it in a preceptus place, so that there is fire on the right hand, right? There's fire on the right hand, and deep water on the left. So then you got this narrow path, water, deep water on the left side, and then he said you got fire on the right hand, explaining the inhabitants, explaining the wickedness, because the world is given into the hand of the wicked, who is the God of this world, Lucifer. Right? So you got nothing but snares trapped for you. But yeah, still, you know how you hear that, what's that saying? There's a silver lining. Whenever there's a silver lining in a cloud, in a dark cloud, there's hope. The narrow path represents hope and faith that you must stay on. Keep your hope, keep your faith. That Hamashiach, right, is guiding you on that narrow path that he is illustrating right here in 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. It says you got deep water on the left hand, and you got fire on the right hand. It's like pick your poison. If you don't want to do righteous, if you want to be a part of the world, pick your poison. You got each way you can go. You go left hand, you go to right hand. And then put it in today's terms, what is he saying right here, really? This is how cold the Most High is with it, man. This is how cold he is with it. You got your Republicans or you got your Democrats. Republicans representing the deep water, the Democrats representing the fire. Which one? So you so-called black people, you Black Lives Matters people, there is no solution that Babylon can give you. There is no solution that this system, this government that's being operated under Lucifer can give you but death. So what path do you need to get on? You know what I'm saying? Now people start talking, all Republican this. Now we found out that the Democrats want to kill us, so we're going to start. No, both of them are death. Both of them are anti-true and living power. So that's not an option for us. We don't want that. We just want our father back. And the rest going to be settled. Just give me back in the custody of my daddy, right? And the rest is going to be settled. He's going to handle the rest. That's my selection. My selection, who I choose to be the president of me, to govern me, is my King Hamashiach, because he's right under my father. That's who I choose. That's if that's an option you can put up, you know what I'm saying, on a voting board or whatever they want to call it, then you got my attention. But I don't want none of that Republican or Democrat. That's the deep water or hell's fire. Pick your poison. Pick your death. How you want to die. Verse 9. If now that city is given to a man for an inheritance, how will the heir receive his inheritance unless he passes through the danger set before him? So like I said, this is going back to the seal portion. What are we down? What is it all about? What did the seal portion tell us? What is this all about? Why did we have to go through these necessary measures? Why? Why was this necessary for us? Neither one of them, sis. Neither one of them. Neither one of them is for us. It's the Most High power is insane, right? Because he allows this. He's allowing them, but what it is too at the same time is he's giving them what they desire. And that's the sad part. They desire to be deceived by this system. That's their desire, to seek help from the oppressor. That's insanity. That's an ill mind. If you ask me, that's an ill mind. You got a sick mind. And not to say that immaturely, like to try to, oh, you got a perverted mind. No, you got a sick mind, meaning you need healing from the true and living power. And you need that ASAP. Because you want the abuser, right? You want the abuser, the one that's, it's a sickness, right, mama? You want the abuser to keep punching your head in. But subconsciously wanting that. That's our people. That's our friends. That's our family. But we look crazy to them for having faith, for having hope, and knowing that it is something that gotta be better than this. And it is. It's our Father. It's the one that created everything that we see and know. The one that promised us deliverance. Why can't our people believe that? Can't you see that it was a game? Aren't they showing you? Is not the wicked showing you that they made religion to lie on your Father? To lie on the Creator that promised you deliverance? That's the whole meaning for religion. Is to lie on the Father. They're showing you that. The jig is up. Verse 10. 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 10. I said, he cannot make her. And he said to me, so also is Israel's portion, for I made the world for their sake. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, what had been made was judged. When Adam transgressed my statutes, what had been made was judged. Yasharal. This is what I mean, that seal portion just opened up the floodgates. Because now it all comes together and makes sense. Adam is who? Who the seal portion tell us Adam was? Michael. You look at Michael. Michael is who? Well, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeedy, mama. Yes, indeedy. Who is Michael? Well, Daniel chapter 12 give you a little illustration to who Michael is and what he means. How big is Michael? And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And thy, you can say his, for children of his people. Yasharallah means what? Let's go to Genesis. Let's go. That's too deep. Michael is Adam. That's too deep, right? How we get here? How we get here, mama? How did we get here? Right? But I only bringing out what the book's saying. And he said, Genesis chapter 32, verse 28. Genesis chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince, Israel, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with the Most High, and with men has prevailed. And with men, and has prevailed. Daniel chapter 12. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince. Michael, stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Oh, we're gonna go deep. We're gonna go deep with it, mama. But it's over. The 40 years is over. The gloves is off. I'm saying it's no holding back. Gloves is off. Gloves is off. I know the mysteries that the true and living power has granted, has opened my eyes and found me worthy to reveal them to. Okay, so you got Michael standing up for Yasharallah. I said he cannot make her, and he said to me, so also is Israel portion, for I made the world for their sake. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, what had been made was judged. Isn't it known that Israel, not the whole house of Israel, just the 10, Israel, the 10, has been in sin longer. The northern kingdom has been in sin longer. Right? Then the southern, then Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. right? That's spoken of in the first stick. Why? Why? Y'all with me? I ain't losing nobody. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Why were they in sin longer? What did what verse 10 just tell you in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 10? What did it just tell you? Who is Adam? What? Adam is Michael. The great prince is Michael. The great prince of the Most High is Michael. And so the entrance of this world were made narrow and sorrowful and toilsome. They are few and evil, full of dangers, and involved in great hardships. But the entrance of the greater world are broad and safe, and really yield the fruit of immortality. Therefore, unless the living pass through the difficult and vain experience, they can never receive those things that have been reserved for them. This is all the sealed portion. Chapter 62 in the sealed portion. Giving it more in depth. This links up with chapter 62 in the sealed portion. Breaking down why, just said it, why we had to go through this experience. Well, for one, Hamashiach already showed that, the great king. He already showed that by example, right? Whoop the dirty draws off him. About to whoop the dirty draws off him. Yup. Sure do, mama. Sure do. Boy, we can't even comprehend that. I know man get mad just off, your female get messed with. Some dude come at my wife sideways. We got to have words. You disrespect me knowing that I'm with my wife. We got to have words. We will eventually turn into hands. The words transform into hands. And I got to put my hands on you. So Michael been waiting all this time, because it's past words. And, you can't talk. You can't talk to the ignorant, which is Satan. So he just got hands for him. You just got to put hands on him, right? So it illustrates more in the sealed portion why we have to go through this probationary period. Why we had to go through this probationary period for us to get the reward on the other side. That's why he tells you to stay away from the things that Satan is going to give to you this time, in this lifetime. All of it is vain. All of it is going to pass away. It can't even come close to what the Most High already got reserved for you. He's light years ahead of whatever Satan can give you. Light years. Years, millenniums. Satan's giving you, he's promising you scraps. He's promising you scraps compared to what the true living power has reserved for you. So that's not what I did. So 15, right? 15, verse 15, second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 15. But now, why are you disturbed, seeing that you are to perish? And why are you moved, seeing that you are mortal? And why have you not considered in your mind what is to come, rather than what is now present? Then I answered and said, O sovereign maker, behold, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous shall inherit these things, but that the ungodly shall perish. The righteous, therefore, can endure difficult circumstances. I always say, what I always say about black people, what I always say about us. And what do black people say about themselves? What they catch themselves boasting about. And we think that we're doing it on our own strength. That's what black people think all the time. They think that we're doing it off our own strength. No, it's who the Most High made you. It's who you are. Man, nobody's strong as the black people, because man, we've been through a lot. How often do we hear that? Yeah, mom. But how often do we hear that though? We black people say that all the time. So-called black people. Man, we overcame a lot. And we still are. We bounce right back from any situation. Why is that? He just told you. But you see, when Satan got us in ignorance, and we think that we're running the show, but Satan knows who's running the show. The other nations know, the heathen know who's running the show. The game is to keep you from knowing who's running the show. That's the game. Because if you knew who was running the show, right here will hit you dead in your chest, hit you dead in the throat, right in your mouth. He says, then I answered and said, O sovereign maker, behold, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous shall inherit these things, circumstances, while hoping for easier ones. Who is that? Come on, man. But those who have done wickedly have suffered the difficult circumstances and will not see the easier ones. Those who have done wickedly, the 2/3. So they're not going to see the easier ones. They're not going to see what the Most High have reserved. They're not going to see it. Because they choose to follow the God of this world. What is so funny, because J. Cole come out with that album, and his theme was with the album, choose wisely. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. After all his videos, he choose wisely. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. And what have our people done? Right. Right, mama. When Judah wake up. And he said to me, you are not a better judge than the Most High. This is the king speaking, by the way. This is the king, Hamashiach, speaking to Esdras. And he said to me, you are not a better judge than the Most High, or wiser than the Most High. Let many perish who are now living, rather than that the law of the Most High, which is set before them, be disregarded. For the Most High strictly commanded those who came into the world, when they came, what they should do to live, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient and spoke against him. So the king said, my father ain't about to be disrespected for nobody. Now this is hopping back to what I brought out. And what was that? 2 Chronicles chapter 15. That duration of time when we went without our father. That long duration of time. Why we went without him? This time for 400 years. The longest ever. Because why? He's not about to be disrespected by his children. If you can't understand that as a parent, you're not a parent. You're a friend. You're a friend to your child. You're not a parent. No parent, okay, is going to be disrespected by their child to a level of degree where we disrespected our father and our mother, who is wisdom. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. No parent is going to stand by and allow their child to say, man, bump your laws. Listen, I'm going to make up my own laws good my own way. That's what's going to happen. Okay, we're going to see how that goes. Okay. And he said to me, you are not a better judge than the Most High, or wiser than the Most High. Let many perish who are now living, rather than that the law of the Most High, which is set before them, be disregarded. For the Most High strictly commanded those who came into the world. Strictly commanded those who came into the world when they came, what they should do to live and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient and spoke against him. They devised for themselves vain thoughts and proposed to themselves wicked frauds. They even declared that the Most High does not exist. They even declared to themselves that the Most High does not exist. So even when our people, this is what they ain't getting right here. This is what all family members, this is what all family members and friends are not getting. For they are the same ones, right? For there's nothing new under the sun, that are saying, they're proving that the Most High exists by saying that he doesn't. Because that's what that's telling you right here. By you saying that the Most High don't exist, you're proving that he does exist. Because you're that same dum-dum that said that way back when. You're that same spirit, that same wicked, demonic, evil bastard that said there is no power. That was you. That was our family and friends. That was them. Again. They even declared that the Most High does not exist, and they ignored his ways. They scorned his law and denied it. They have been unfaithful in his statutes. What happened? Because we've been unfaithful to his statutes. What we in right now? So we created this false system subconsciously. Subconsciously, we created this false system. We did this. Can't get a powder, Satan. Matter of fact, we did, but it came from us. It came from the children of Yasharallah. Hitting on the 2/3, getting past it. Because you know what? Been in pain about it. For I don't know how long. Been in pain about my loved ones. The ones that I call family. The ones that I call friends. So I'm getting past it. And I'm not going to allow their wickedness unjustly and unrighteously judge my Father that loved me. I'm not going to allow it. When you are proving, you're proving his case. You're still doing it. You're still doing it. To this day, our people, the 2/3, are still doing it. And have not performed his works. Have not performed his works. What is his works? Charity, love, kindness, peace. helping your brother and sister, looking out for the poor. Everything basically that this system in this world represents. We don't love our brothers and sisters. We got an evil eye towards them due to the curses that once again we put on ourselves. We was already doing it. So we put the curse on ourselves. We was already performing the curses by killing one another. Well, so I just said, okay, it's going to be 10 times worse. Since this is what you want, I'm going to give you what you want. What your desire is, I'm going to give it to you. And what was our desire? Hating each other, killing each other. Everything that was anti-performing the Most High's works. I'm glad. I can't thank the Most High enough. I refuse to be ungrateful for what I do have. Which is family right now. You, Mama, Patricia, y'all, my sisters, Lakeisha and Cherokee, my brothers, and now a special brother and sister to me and my family right now, brother Jack and sister Ola. Them being vessels for the Most High to use them to help me and my family out right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my best to remain forever grateful. Because he keeps working miracles. He keeps doing it. But it's going to be a continuation on this, Most High willing. Continuation on 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. Chapter 7. And what I'm going to reiterate, what I'm going to tag along with is the seal portion going into detail. Seal portion, chapter 62, Most High willing, of the judgments, how judgment, breaking down judgment, right? And resurrection. Because it ties right along with this, and why, the purpose for us going through this. And what we know is hell. Like as that saying goes, it always be worse. And it always being worse is what? Not having the true and living power as your protector, as your guide. as your Savior. I love y'all. I love y'all, children of the true and living power. I love y'all, Yasharala. Until next time, Most High willing, I hope this lesson right here was edifying. We made it. By the mercy, grace, and love, the abundance of the Father is love. The abundance of the Father is love. For without it, I know I can speak for myself. I wouldn't be here. Nor would I see this. So, I hope this lesson right here was edifying. We made it to see this day. Prophecy. The 400 years is up. Satan is in trouble. Satan is in trouble. The joke is now on him. And judgment is on the way. Hallelujah. All praises to the true and living power. Our beloved eternal Father. And big ups and sincere thank you to the King for providing the way back to the Heavenly Father. Thanks going to the beautiful Mother of Wisdom, guiding her children on this journey. Ruach HaKodesh. And the Great Prince, administrating the holy order, the holy government for what is to come very, very, very soon. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah the Ruach HaKodesh, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala. Hallelujah. Victory is near for the righteous and the just, for the saints of the true and living power. It's Brother Nehemiah. Till next time. Shalom, family. Shalom. Love, 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 love will prevail. Love will prevail. Shalom.